I am not going to waste any time. Masamune is the greatest fraud in all of the Metal Fight Beyblade saga.
I want this nigga hung by jumper cables.
You might be thinking to yourself, Local, what are you cooking? You is right there. Nah, we need to respect that kid. While you did have one of the nastiest fall-offs in all of Beyblade history, at the very least, there was a period in time where you ran the Beyblade streets and was feared by even the MC. And then you get Masamune, who's the equivalent of a Saturday morning cartoon goon, who just appears to just get cooked every single time because Lord have mercy, this guy stinks. His introduction is just, hey Jenga, I need to battle you. I'm the #1 blader, and he's just yapping. And you know what happens to this guy? He gets cooked by a Galaxy Pegasus that has no control over itself. It's just moving on instinct. Jenga doesn't even know what's going on, and he loses. And he's losing multiple times. He's getting negative bad. Like, bro, do not feel ashamed of yourself. Look in the mirror. You're not #1. And this guy continues to yap, and he gets one here nigga damn win, and then afterwards, Jenga realizes how to use Galaxy Pegasus and then cooks him again. Fraudulent from day one. And you know what? I wouldn't even be that mad if Masamune was just always consistently a fraud. But he tricked me at the start of this series. When he fought Chao Shin and he went through his whole training arc, and it was actually really cool to just see him train and really just get into, you know, his inner peace. And then, you know, he never uses these abilities ever again in the series. That pissed me off even further. But, you know, he gets a good win. He goes through an entire arc, and it's cool. But then afterwards, he can just go in complete fraudulence every single time. He is like the Megumi of Beyblade. He is literally potential man because he just stinks every single time. He does nothing good. It's just always disappointment with this guy. Goes on to fight Nile, and then they are just completely humbling this kid. Every single attack is getting blocked. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, every time the Gang Galaxy wants to go fight a team, I'm just questioning, why are we not just sending out Tsubasa first and then Jenga? Because Tsubasa standing on business every single time. He's tweaking out most fights, and you know, unless plot kicks in, Tsubasa's gonna get the win, and then you just have Jenga to clean up. Why are we sending Masamune every single time? This guy's going in here and he's losing. But then, you know, I know people might say, okay, but you know, Masamune, he redeemed himself in the rematch against Nile with the tag team battle. I mean, I guess we can kind of count that, but even still, that was kind of just plot at that point. They were like, you know, I guess we're gonna give him something. And even still, it was like, I guess, man, you know, a broken clock strikes twice a day. Sure, man. We'll give you something. But the worst of all is really his fight against Klaus. There's more later on that pisses me off, but this is the one where I actually had to just sell all my Masamune stocks and just realize I was gonna go broke. Like, if you could bet parlay hits in Beyblade while this show was going on, a lot of people would be losing their homes, they'd be losing their entire families, betting their life savings on Masamune, because the agenda was just not there for Masamune. You were getting cooked all the time. You know what Masamune agenda's like? Masamune agenda is like investing your stocks in Vegeta winning a fight. Like 9 times out of 10, you are going to lose money, because why is Masamune fighting Klaus and having Klaus's Bay barely be able to spin, and then Klaus gets a literal Shonen MC power-ups and makes his Bay start spinning and then beats Masamune? Like, bro, get out of here. Like, this man can't catch a break. And they couldn't even give him a win against Zio. That was nasty too, because Lord have mercy. Why couldn't he just win against Zio? You know, that's the other thing against people who fight Masamune. A lot of times, Masamune will fight someone and they'll just get an insane shonen power up and then they'll just get cooked. Masamune is the victim that just gets shoehorned into a battle just to showcase how strong an opponent is. That's basically what he is. He's fodder. He's a jobber. And then you know what? I tried to have more faith in Masamune, because when Metal Fury started, they're like, okay, they're hyping him up. He's got a new Beyblade. He might become a legendary blader, and Blitz Striker's cool. That's the other thing. I like the Striker, Unicorn, whatever you want to call it. I like the Bay. It's a cool Beyblade. And you know, Masamune has his moments. So I was like, you know what? Even though he's been really fraudulent, like insanely fraudulent in Metal Masters, I'm gonna let him cook in Fury. And then he just gets bodied by King, and he just becomes King's boyfriend for the rest of the series. Like, that's all he is. He's King's chump for the rest of the series. Doesn't even get the star fragment. Gets it stained from someone else. And then this series had the audacity to trick me again, because Masamune goes to fight Chris. The same formula. Masamune seems like he's gonna get the upper hand and win, rightfully so, because Masamune should have won that fight against Chris. That was foolishness. And then Chris gets a Shonen MC power up and just destroys Masamune. And then Masamune's lesson for the end of this series is just, you know what, you're not that guy, you're just gonna have to accept it, keep training, which is nice for, you know, to teach kids that lesson. But for all the L's this man has taken to barely get any dubs, that was nasty. His whole character arc was, you are just a bum, just accept your bum, just do your job. And And you know, I guess he kind of did with the Nemesis fight. He kind of cooked there. I'll give him that. But he has one of the worst stat spreads in the entire series. It's like for every 10 fights, 9 of them are L's. Disgusting. And that's why Masamune is the greatest fraud in all of Beyblade. Like, I didn't even want to write a script for this video. I did this unscripted because that's how much of a bum he is. I'm not gonna waste thinking too hard on this. Like, I just need to vent this out because he just stinks. It's that bad. It's nasty. Every time he's on screen in these battles, I'm disappointed because he's just a bum. Like, if you're a Masamune fan, I think you just like to suffer. Like, you enjoy, you're a masochist, you enjoy suffering, because I don't know what's wrong with you. Why do you just like a character that just loses all the time? You're attracted to losers. That's what this is. But yeah, I really don't know what else to say. He's just disappointing, garbage, trash, do better. Oh yeah, and then when the series ends in Shogun Steel, we see Masamune again. He has the worst cut of all time. He could even get a good haircut at the end. Like, that's how chopped he is. Like, gets nothing. He gets no dubs, not even in looks. L-mans. And if you agree with me that Masamune is an absolute bum in all of Beyblade, make sure to like this video and share it with everyone so that they know that Masamune is a bum. And if you are someone that enjoys anime content that keeps it real, consider subscribing so when I hit 10K, you can brag about being a day one. Gotta get back in the kitchen to cook. Peace.